Hi there, this is a tutorial on how to create a collection on OpenSea. If you haven't seen it already, this is the tutorial that I'm basing my tutorial on. It's by Victoria, aka Extended Victory on Twitter. This is the most amazing tutorial and it's what I use to get started. I just want to show you how I did it and a few little features on pricing and particularly bonding curves. So we're going to start by going to OpenSea.io. This is one of the largest NFT marketplaces. They're one of the first. It's an aggregator. I like their lazy minting capability. It's a really great place to get started, and it's a lovely place to bid on other people's work from across the NFT platform. So this is the one that I'm using for now. It definitely is still evolving, and I'm open to other suggestions of which platforms to use. But I've tried a few, and I'm going to continue building one of my collections on OpenSea. So what you need to do is you need to go and create a collection. If you haven't created one already, then you'll need to look at another tutorial. Here we're going to assume that you've already started. When you click Create My Collections, it'll show you the collections that you already have. I'm going to be adding a new drop to Lotus LSD drops. So when you click on Lotus LSD drops, it will bring you to the things that are already in your collection. Now, what I really like about OpenSea is that even though a few of my pieces have sold, honestly, I cannot believe it. Like, for example, this one went to Dario last week. It's still in my collection, which is really cool. It's only until you click on it that you see who owns it and how many editions that there are. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a new item. When you click add a new item, you'll get a page like this. But this is not the page that we want. Why? As Victoria explained in her incredible tutorial, when you click immediately add item, the supply box is grayed out. I can't actually change the number on here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this fancy little piece of code. Don't be scared. It's just a URL, and you're going to plop it at the end of this URL. So the code you need is !enable_supply equals true. So when you hit that, what you're going to see is the white box is not grayed out anymore. Ooh, and MetaMask is asking me to sign in because I haven't done it yet. So let's do that. There we go. So now we can get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drag my latest creation. So just pulled it. At least you heard a little bit of it. Let's keep going. Preview image, I'm going to put, let's see, I'm going to put this one. There we go. Item name. I'm going to be fairly simple with this one. We're going to call it lavender. Lavender. And it is the 9th item in my collection. So I've decided to call it 009. Just verify everything's okay here. Bear with me. Yep, that's correct. The last one was 008, so we're going to go with 009. And I'm going to make 4 editions of this one. If people want to find out more information, I'd love them to go to my website. It's not set up yet, but it will be. So I'm just putting it in there as a placeholder. And I'm going to write a few things about my work. Now, the NFT space is really, really fascinating. But one of the concerns that people have is whether the value of these NFT tokens will hold. And one of the advices, one of the pieces of advice that I heard today from someone who works in the traditional art world is that you should explain to your potential client what your work is all about. Now, some work pieces speak for themselves. For me, I know my work needs a little bit of help. So I'm just going to describe this piece using a description from another existing piece of mine. So Lavender 009 is the 9th piece in the Lotus LSD collection, and it's my second ever multimedia piece. Like my other animated piece that has some flashing, some fade in, and some fade out, this one is also going to be a play on persistence, the idea that the animation, let's see, persists despite challenges. It is also the first piece to reference new trend glitch art. So my friend Gaper Art is actually the person that introduced me into glitch art, and so I got a little bit inspired by that and tried to do my own twist on it. Now, I like my customer to know, my collector, sorry, to know exactly what they are getting from me. And so I'm going to tell them it is a 9,250 KB file. It's an MP4, 700 by 700 pixel, and I used amazing music from Ali Sabit's record company. It's available on Spotify if you want to check it out. Now, before I forget, I want 4, and I'm gonna put a few different properties to help my work be searchable, and also to help browsers kind of filter through and sift through all the different pieces across my collections. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to put that I'm the artist. I'm really hoping that one day I can put multiple artists in here so that I can work on some collaborative projects. But for now, it's just me. Animated, yes. Dominant color. I'm going to put variable because there are 2 colors. You'll see it's a little bit of a surprise. Fluorescent effect, not really. You'll see some of mine have like this neon glow. That's not the case here. Location created. This one was actually created between Cambodia and Switzerland. I grew up in Cambodia and I transformed this static piece into a multimedia piece. So I'm just gonna put both of them in there. It's minted in Switzerland. The motif, I love playing with motifs. I hope I can introduce a few more motifs, but for now, this is just the lotus motif. Motif color, again, it's variable. The type is digital art. Digital art. The year created, again, I worked on it between 2007 and 2021. And it was minted in 2021. Honestly, I don't need to put the year it was minted because that will be on the blockchain, but I'm just going to do it for consistency's sake. And there we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, the suspense. Amazing. Looks like it went through. And there we go. But we're not done yet. What we're going to have to do next is we're going to have to actually list this for sale, because you can see under listings, there's nothing. There's just 4 that have been created by OpenSea, but you can't buy them individually. You can't buy them in a bundle. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to list them. And what I'm going to start listing them as, I'm just going to make sure I'm listing only 1 at a time. I'm gonna start low. I like my fans to, my fans, I don't have any fans. I like my early supporters to be rewarded. So I'm just gonna put the first one at 0.05. So that's the whole idea of the bonding curve. What you want is you want to reward the people who believe in you early and to kind of incentivize people to snatch up your piece before all the more affordable ones are gone. I'm gonna put this one at 0.62. There's no need for me to go up so fast. And I've been seeing a lot of artwork priced around that amount. So there we go. Now you see there's 2 listings. Let's just keep going. 7. Could you imagine if I sold a piece for 0.8 ETH? Actually, you know what? I think this is a bit low. I'll go with 0.1. These are all still pretty affordable given how much time I spent on this animation. And then I'm going to put the next one at 0.8. Should I put it at 0.9? Oh my gosh, let's just put one at 0.9. We can always bring the price down later, but in honor of the ninth piece in my edition and my very first extended animation with music, with glitch art, let's just do it. If I ever sell this, I'd be so happy. Anyways, sorry, I'm rambling. I'm just gonna finish up here. And there you go. So you can see here, OpenSea created 4. I listed 4 of them, but I listed them individually so people can just buy 1. And I currently own all of them. So I had a great question by a lovely lady named Adeline about how do you gift art to people. So this is not the best one. Here is one piece that I've gifted to someone. So if you go down here, you'll see there are 4 owners and there are 4 pieces total. I own 1. And you see I actually gifted this to a few different people. So I gifted this to JR Art Space because I loved his generous vibe. In the NFT art space, I gifted one to Alan Hanna, who's a super generous dude, an intelligent dude too in this space. He and I have been in a couple of rooms together. And then I gifted one to Alex Masmich, founder of Shoutout, who kindly gifted us 90 minutes of his time to talk about his platform. But you'll see, actually, I accidentally sent him 2, and he was kind enough to send it back to me. Just one word of caution: when you do gift things to people, make sure you ask for consent. I made that mistake, and it just feels weird. Like, just want to make sure that people don't feel obligated to accept it, knowing that it takes gas fees to send things and to send things back. So I learned that kind of the hard way, and I would recommend you to always check with a person. Anyways, so to send something to someone, you just click this transfer button here. Make sure it only says 1, and then you just paste their address in there and you transfer. So I think I accidentally put 1 twice, and then I signed MetaMask not knowing that OpenSea had recorded 2 of them. But there you go. So that is all I have to share with you. If you want to ask me any other questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram at Art Studio, or on Twitter, again, at Art10 Studio, excuse me. Or you can catch me also on Showtime. My handle is Netra. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope this was helpful.